Of course, growing up, my dad was one of the top ropers in the world going down the road, and so we tried to go to every rodeo we could with him, mostly in Texas, and then go up to Cheyenne, and that was always our family vacation, was rodeo. And
steer roping, you know, a very family-oriented sport. A lot of the guys, they travel with their wives and kids, and that's still the way it is now, and definitely the way it was growing up. Still to this day, my brother and his wife, they have 3 kids, and they go to a lot of the rodeos with him. Then a bunch of the other steer ropers, their kids, and they're all just hanging out roping the dummy all summer, and just kind of a big vacation there for a couple months.
When we got older, my brother and I, we played sports growing up. Then we got about middle school, we got serious and caught the roping bug. It's what we did every day. It's what we watched our dad do. I idolized my dad and tried to do what he did, and so I just grew up trying to rope. The truth is, with steer roping, it really helps if you've roped calves and team roped, and so you've really learned all the aspects of calf rope and team rope. And then when you go to steer rope, there's really not a whole lot to put together, you know.
Growing up, just watching my dad and then watching my brother, and you know, I always knew I was going to be a steer roper. Similar to what Vin said, we roped a lot of calves and team roped a bunch, but we were definitely going to be steer ropers once we got older.
I think I was 17 years old. I'll never forget it. I'd been logging time from the post, and my dad said, well, go tie one down. And so I went and tied one down at the house, and he let me tie like 2 steers, and I went to a roping that weekend in Monahans, Texas, before Pecos, and I tied the fastest steer in the B rope, and I was like, well, I'm hooked now. So calf roping and team roping didn't seem too important after that. I just wanted to be a steer roper.
I'll probably go to about 40, 45 rodeos every year, and we kind of go to the same place. You know, it's always like today, this great invitational roping at the Windy Rhine. I've never missed this roping my whole life, so I'm 38, and I guess it's my 38th time to be here. And I finally got to win it in 2015, and this is where we do Memorial Weekend, and have since 1985 anyway, since I was born.
Everybody wants to be a world champion, but then when I got into college there and had a decent rookie year, I was just bound and determined to make the finals. Guy Allen was still in his prime, and I got to rodeo with him a lot that year. My dad actually blew his knee out that year, and so I got to rodeo with Guy a little bit. First finals, I went in 15th, and I'm telling you, it felt like I went in first. I mean, 15th was plenty good. I was way happy. So when we started steer roping, here comes Dad. He's making a resurgence. So then in 03, he hadn't made it in 3 years. So he went hard, and we made it together in 03. And nobody had done that in a long time. And that was a pretty awesome deal. I remember like it was yesterday, in 2000 was the last year they had the finals at the Lazy E, before they ended up going back. It was the last year, and it was the last round, and my dad won that last round, and I thought that was just the coolest thing, because he was kind of retiring, and I mean, he really was. He's like, he hadn't gone for a couple of years, and he won the last round at the last final silver rope at. I thought, man, how does it get any better than that? I just wanted to win a go-round buckle and leave there. I went out of the average on my first one. My second one got up, I'm like, okay, I'm shooting for go-rounds. And so in the 6th round, I actually remember I had a steer that wasn't very good, and I just let my hair hang out. I tied that steer in 10-2 and won the round, and man, I was just sitting over there, you know, spitting and drawing circles, waiting to see if I'd hang on for that round, and then ended up winning that round, and that was pretty cool. Probably a good thing, but it's also kind of a bad thing, because after that, it was such an adrenaline rush that after that, every time I went to the finals, I kept trying to win rounds, and I hadn't stayed in the average very good since, but I've accumulated some go-round wins, so. Last year, I won 3, and that got me to 30 overall round wins.
I might just have 6.
Yeah, Dad's probably got about 6 or 8, so. One year, though, we've made it together in 2013. It was the second time we made it together. It was so cool in that first night. Between the 3 of us, we'd run 14 steers, and none of us had placed. It was like, it was terrible, and our grandmother was there, and we couldn't get a check. And so the last round, the 5th round the first night, Dad was one of the last ropers, and he was 10 and won the round. We're like, oh, thank goodness, somebody got a go-round buckle out of this finals. But then I think J Tom won the 6th round, and then he got his first go-round buckle. But yeah, we definitely all gun for the go-rounds most of the time.
Still really can't believe that happened sometime, but it was just an incredible deal. I always, like, when my goals were kind of like to maybe set the world record someday, or to maybe win Cheyenne or Pendleton. You know, those are really realistic goals. But winning the world was just kind of unattainable, I always thought. But, you know, if you ride enough horses and you trade enough and that one special horse comes along, it was kind of came down to the 10th round, had to win the 10th round to win the world, and drew that perfect steer on that perfect horse. And it got it done. Just a dream come true. I went out of the average, and on the 9th one, I had a hickey on the horn, and then kind of for about 5 minutes, I thought my chances might be done. The way it worked out, I only dropped one spot, and so I knew if I could win the round and stay third in the average, that I could win about 30,000 there on that one steer, and that would move me up depending on what the other guys did. I'd love to be in that position again, and I'm gonna sure try to, but you know, we'll see. We'll go to every rodeo every year and just hopefully get that chance to win the 10th round again. The horsepower, you have to have a great horse in every event. But man, there's just so few really good elite tripping horses, steer horses. And that's one thing. When that good one comes along, you need to hang on to him and always be looking for that next horse. You know, you can win on a lot of different horses, but to be able to win the world, you got to have that one really special horse. Yeah, like the one I ride, Gump, he's 21. And I rode him today and won the first round on him. And I guess I'm about to get on and go run another steer, but yeah, that's a real special horse, and he's been great for all three of us. And he came along right at the right time, and that was also a horse that my dad had won the short go and second the average at Cheyenne on a couple of years ago. And Vin set the arena record at the finals in 8.2 on that horse 2 or 3 years ago as well. So that's been a real special horse for us, and that's kind of one of the main things I think that separates it. You can win on anything, but you got to have that really good one.
We got to get you off here because you're fixing to go rope in the short.
Yep. I think they got a draw. We'll be all right. But yeah, so yeah, I've got 3 tied, but I'm pretty slow, so I'll be at the first of the short round. I won't be at the bottom of it.